God promises to give David descendants a place to live. So remember, he gave Israel their own land. God promised to keep David and his descendants as safe from all his enemies. And God would give Israel peace during his reign. He promised to rise up an heir from the descendants of King David to sit on the throne. He will let David's son to be the one to build the temple for him. He will establish an everlasting dynasty from David. He will let David's sons to be the one to build the temple for him. God would send a Messiah, a descendant of King David, and God will always support. Question 3C was about the relevance of the promises made to David for Christians today. Through the promises, Christians believe that Jesus, a descendant of David, was born. Christians believe that they are descendants promised to God. Christians are beneficiaries of the promise of permanent place for David, which is heaven. Jesus is the king promised from the lineage of David. The bodies of Christians form the spiritual temple in which the Holy Spirit is housed. Christians who join the kingdom would live in peace. Christians also have a personal relationship with God, their Father. Question 4a was about methods used by Old Testament prophets to communicate their messages. It was about preaching sermons. For example, we have Jeremiah. Singing lamentation songs. For example, Amos. Dramatization, or we call it symbolic acts, through poetry, direct speech. Some wrote their messages through performing miracles, through their lifestyles. B. Aspects of Christian religion which are most condemned. Practice of syncretism, idolatry, misuse of the Sabbath. They misused the temple by drinking and feasting. They gave empty sacrifices. They refused to listen to God's prophets, but instead listened to false prophets. See? Relevance of Amos' teachings on hypocritical worship in Israel. Christians learn that true worship is achieved when justice is upheld. Christians should be sincere in worship. Christians also should not misuse places of worship. Christians should keep the day of worship holy. Christians should listen to God's ministers. Christians should be in the forefront to condemn hypocrisy. Christians should worship God only. Christians should give tithe. Question 5 here was about promises by Israelites during the renewal of the covenant under Nehemiah. They promised to live according to God's law. They promised to not to intermarry with their foreigners in the land. They promised to keep the Sabbath day holy. They promised to contribute annual temple expenses and ensure that the house of God was not neglected. They promised to observe the laws of the seventh year. They promised to provide sacrifices and offering to the temple and arrange for the preparation of the wood for burnt sacrifices. They promised to offer the first fruits of their harvest and dedicate their firstborn sons and flocks as required by the law. They promised to pay their tithes according to law. 5b. Significance of buying land by Prophet Jeremiah. It showed that the people of Judah still had a future despite the coming crisis. It was an assurance that people would be restored back to their land. It was it demonstrated that the people would be restored back to their normal life. Divine judgment was not the end of itself. Restoration was to take place at God's own time. The people were to wait patiently for the return from exile. It showed that God was loving. It made them feel secure. See, lessons from the renewal of the covenant. Christians should ask for forgiveness of their sins. Christians should lead righteous lives. Christians should always demonstrate humility. They should also always avoid groupings that can negatively influence their faith in God. Christians should set aside a day of worship. Christians should respect the church as a place of prayer. Christians learn that God is loving. Christians should support church leaders. Christians should always pray to God. Question 6 say causes of death in the traditional African society or community. We have causes of death are curses, sorcery or magic, breaking of taboos, offering the ancestors, evil spirits, breaking of an oath, witchcraft, old age, wars, natural calamities. Question 6b, significance of rituals performed after the death in the traditional African communities. There was wailing. Is a sign of sorrow. They were announcing the death, making sacrifices to appease the ancestors. Prayers are made to ask the ancestors to accept the dead in the world of the spirits. Shaving of members of their family to signify new life in the community. Singing to show anger towards the dead. Washing of the body before burial shows respect to the departed. Burying the dead with personal belongings symbolizes life after death. Burying the dead in ancestral land shows that one is still a member of the community. Driving cattle shows chasing away of evil spirits which caused the death. Feasting is meant to bid farewell to the dead. Sharing of the deceased's property among relatives is a sign of solidarity. Lighting of fire signifies chasing away evil spirits which caused death. Pouring libations shows continuity of life. Burying the dead in particular position signifies protection. 6c, factors that have affected the traditional African community people's dependence on God. Factors that have affected the traditional African people's dependence on God. Introduction of Western culture. Some people rely on witchcraft to solve their problems. Greed for power without fear of God. Some people rely on science and technology. The money economy, whereby success depends on how much money one has. Abject poverty has made people lose their faith in God. Negative peer pressure has influenced the members to rely on themselves other than God. Pressure of modern living makes people too busy to serve God. And then we have modern education. Did you understand? Kindly let me know in the comment section below. Also, let me know what video I can look at tomorrow. Thanks a lot for subscribing and listening to me. God bless you.